brought me to the mansion, man. I appreciate this, man.
Appreciate y'all, man. First off, big salute. I see y'all, you know, doing y'all thing. I follow y'all on the gram, and I know that's the new way. I don't even look at internet no more, you know what I'm saying? No websites. It seems like, you know, that shit kind of played out. You get all your news from, you know, the gram and social media. And I see y'all doing y'all thing the Texas way. You know, I see y'all got a lot of Texas artists on there I never heard of. So, you know, I like what y'all doing.
Definitely, man. I want to say I appreciate the opportunity because you're one of the few in Texas that, you know, reach back to the youth and do the remixes and stuff like that. But we're going to get to that later. So, how tall are you? Like, what, 6'4", 6'5"?
6'6". 6'6".
So, in school, was you hooping? Was you playing football? What was you doing?
In school, man, actually, I'm the youngest of 7. You know, it's 4 boys, 3 girls. We come from the hood, basically. You know what I'm saying? So
the north side, correct?
The north side. Okay. So at this time, like when in middle school, I didn't move to the northwest side. I'm from Homestead, but I moved half. You know, after I turned like about 10, 11, I think I moved to Acres Home. We always moved. Matter of fact, I've probably been to 15 schools. No telling. Like I used to always be in and out of school because we stayed moving apartment to apartment, you know. So basically, man, fucking with that, I just kind of went to Acres Home with it, man, and we was over there. You know, that's basically where I come up at, over there in Acres Home area, like for my teenage years. Okay.
So was you rapping then, or was you just like, you know, in the streets?
Actually, when I was a kid, my brother bought me I was like 12, he bought me a karaoke machine, so I was like fucking with it on that type of shit, like at the highs, just with the freestyles and going to different parties in the neighborhoods and freestyling and shit like that. But I didn't get real about rap life until I got with Swisher Highs back in '98. I was 17. I was in high school, 11th grade, you know what I'm saying? And we did that shit and it was over. I had played ball in middle school back then, but I was living on Homestead and going to school in Acres Home, so I would have to catch a fucking bus from, you know, the other side of town. So I was like, man, fuck that basketball.
I know people are looking at you like, I mean, back then, what was you, like 6 foot in high school? What was you, like 6'4"?
I was about 6'4" back then. Coaches used to stay on me, man, all the time, like, but I just couldn't see it. You know, I was in the hood, man. I couldn't understand staying after school. Like, I didn't have the discipline to understand, man, you can stay after school, play basketball, and, you know, get 100 million, you know what I'm saying, right now. So it's like, I didn't understand that or believe that. So I was like, trying to get home early. Coaches used to stay trying to get me to play. I was like, fuck that shit. Now I'm on my son. He in the 9th grade. I'm on him, hey man, you gotta play ball. You gotta play ball. Right. You know, cause he my height already in 9th grade, 14. So crazy, yeah. But you know, at that age, like I said, I'm the youngest of 7. Mama used to work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. She couldn't watch us. I used to, at 12, I was out there. You know, I was in the streets, you know, just, you know, like, you know, roaming around, not doing nothing too crazy. You know, we in the hood, so we didn't really have no real money or nothing like that, or doing no real crazy shit, just petty crimes. That's it, though.
What was it like growing up on the north side? Like, did you have was it a healthy home with your mom and dad, or was it?
Nah, it's just a single parent home. My mom, I have never even met my dad.
Not one day in your life?
Not one day in my life I ever met my dad. But yeah, he did though now, so it's like, but at the same time, like, I don't feel, you know, I don't be like, damn, I wish I had a daddy. Like, I don't feel like it affected me, because I'm so on my own. Like, that's just my personality, you know. I like to do shit my own way. I like to, you know, be in charge of my own shit, you know. So
yeah, so it didn't affect you growing up at all, because it affects a lot of kids growing up.
That's what I hear, you know. That's where everybody go back to the childhood, and I can see it. I can see how it affects some kids. But even now, like, I never been like that. Like, I was 12, 13 driving, you know, taking mama to work in middle school. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I always kind of had that man mentality. Like, nobody was telling me, hey, you got to go to school every day, or, you know, you got to be home at this time. Like, I kind of did what I wanted to do, because I wasn't supervised like that. Right. But at the same time, I was smart enough to not be a dummy and do no real dumb shit that's going to fuck my life out, you know.
So 16, 17, you were rapping on a serious tip, or was that just playing around freestyle?
Man, we had actually had a group back in the day called CMB, way back in the day. I had to be 14, 15. Like, we put like a single or 2 out, you know, just my brother, you know, paying for the shit. But at like I say, when I turned 17, I went to a house party, not a house party. It was something they used to call All Star over there in the Acres Home area, where all the local high school kids would go party. And basically, man, Watts was the DJ. Michael Watts was the DJ. I used to always buy his shit since I lived on Homestead, buy his mixes. So I kind of freestyled, went over there. Lil Mario, he already been over there before the Swisher High. So me and Lil Mario and J-Dawg got together. We went to Watts' house for the first time, and did Swisher 9/8. And after that shit, it was just like instant.
So Swisher House was already formed before y'all went to his crib?
Nah, it wasn't really. It was a few rappers over there, but it wasn't like, maybe it was about 1 or 2 flows out, but it wasn't really no crew or nothing. It was just like, it was a couple freestyles. But
so the name Swisher House was already formed and everything?
I think he used to call it Swisher Tapes.
Right.
He used to call it CD Swisher Tapes, and I think that they kind of made the Swisher House like what we are, as we all came together. You know what I'm saying?
So,
yeah.
So what is Swisher? Where does that come from? Like
from
Swisher
Sweets,
okay,
I guess. I'm guessing he, because it was a mix. So they say a Swisher mix. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, he was a DJ. I used to buy his shit back in the day. It's basically he was doing what Screw did. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's just how it started. You know what I'm saying? With Watts doing his own little mixes.
Right. Okay. So you're 16, 17, 18.
Right.
Swisher House is growing. Now, at that time there was no internet. You had to go out on the streets. You had to grind. These days, a lot of rappers are lazy. They just sit behind the computer. How was it back then? Like, was y'all selling out of the trunks? Like, how was it?
That's the foundation, though, man. That's how I can still get money today. It's because back in like I say, in 9/8, we did Swisher 9/8. And what we did in Swisher House, I feel like DJ Screwdom dominated the game. Southside was running the whole. It wasn't no Northside rap, period. It was a few rappers who was doing their thing, but as far as like how we do our shit, like what we was repping Northside, like they was repping Southside, it wasn't really none of that. So we jumped out there and the shit just caught fire, man. We was broke at first, so at first it was just like, we coming from the hood where I'm selling 2 for $5s and doing crumb shit to where, oh shit, we making 1,000 off of this, 1,000 off of that, like and I'm in high school, so it's like it kind of just took out fast. Before I was out of high school, I had like 80,000 in the stash, so it's like, you feel me, like I'm young.
All off of like rap?
Off of selling CDs and tapes. Back then, you got to think about it. It's like, crazy. So this is how my grind started. I had to go store to store. Me and my brother got a rental car and drove out of I-10 towards San Antonio. Went to every got a yellow page. Went to every single CD and tape store. Hey man, y'all got this new Swisher, y'all got this. Now, okay, well we gonna put it in here on consignment. Y'all call us if y'all need some more. We put in a lot of leg work. We went to wherever it was, selling CDs and tapes, man. And
so when y'all were putting y'all CDs in the store, did y'all get like a piece of that, or was y'all just giving it to the store to see if it was moving?
No, we was selling it. Everything back there was for sale. Like, not only that, back then, that's when it was the most beautifulest. And that's my own new word, beautifulest. Yeah, so it's like, because you got to understand, we had our own kind of major label down here. Back then, in the 90s, it was nothing but independent rappers. You had, you had DJ Screwdom doing their thing. You had Rap A Lot, who started independent. They was like the majors of us, though. They, ran shit. Like, you had the rec shops. Everybody had a label basically back then. Botany Boys had their own label. Like, everybody had their own label because we was going through Southwest Wholesale. That was a distribution company out here, in Houston, and they'll get your shit in all the stores around. That's regular CDs. That's like real albums. But as far as mixtapes, we went out and did the same thing they was doing basically. We was Southwest Wholesale. We'll make the CD from scratch, make the tape from scratch, take it to each store in Texas. We'll go around all Texas till we cover all the Texas stores, and then they get our number, they call us, hey man, we sold out. And all we had to do from there was ship it to them, drive it to each town, drop them off. We picking up money. The tapes was $10 for retail. We was making $5 wholesale off each tape. The CDs was $15. We made $8 off of them wholesale. So every CD we sell 100, we get $800.
So how was y'all getting the buzz to sell out in stores? Like, what were y'all doing?
Like I'm saying, that wrecking them flows. The shit was just, that's what I'm saying.
So it was just word of mouth.
It was just word of mouth, man. It was like I say, everybody was independent back then. So like everybody was dropping shit. It started with us just doing me just doing underground shit. Then I'd get on the song with ESG and Brazen Phase. So now we sharing fans. I'm waking up people who never heard of Slim Thug and they saying, oh, they doing this here. You know, so we just kind of took it on the road. The difference between us was DJ Screw was the king, but he sold this shit from his house. He didn't go out and hit the road so much and put them everywhere in different stores. We took advantage of that. We put our shit in different stores, called motherfuckers from out of town, and built these relationships so we can just ship our shit and pick up a check every month.
What's so crazy about that is back then there was no YouTube,
no internet, no nothing.
Like, right. And although we have more outlets these days, artists aren't making that much money. Right. Off of that. Like, that's crazy. So
yeah, so that was the golden days of being a rapper to me, because you had so many ways to get paid. You can sell a CD, a tape, but at the same time, what we did different than these rappers is we went to each city, each town. I'm talking about not just the Dallas and San Antonio. I'm talking about each small town in between these motherfuckers. Because we done did the $1,000 shows, to the 2,000 and halls all around this motherfucker. We done shook everybody's hand. We done took pictures with everybody around this motherfucker, or they daddy, or whoever it may be, so we put in a lot of groundwork that made us be able to last this long, because we've been not just in the Dallases, we've been in all the little country towns in East Texas, all that. We've been touching these people's hands and building relationships with these people for years. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think artists nowadays could do the same blueprint y'all did and it will work, or do y'all think the internet is just so oversaturated that CDs, they don't really move how they used to?
Honestly, I don't believe in CDs like that no more. I ain't gonna lie.
That's crazy.
I mean, I don't really believe in CDs no more, because I don't listen to them. I don't really, like, motherfuckers give me a demo, I don't even got nowhere to really play it. The Escalade, cool, but most of the time the new cars don't even come with a CD player. So it's like, we had to go through those changes though. We had the CD and tape, to where the CD took the tape out the game, where nobody fuck with tapes no more. And then after that, it turned into the internet. The internet started doing shit, and that made it where we motherfuckers bootlegging, so we was losing our those wholesale. So that was we had to hustle through that shit. So then it went to iTunes. Okay, iTunes started doing well, you can buy my album on iTunes. We was losing a lot. Now, matter of fact, I'm gonna take it back. Before that, with the CDs and tapes, we lost when we first took the L. Was when Best Buy came around, because Best Buy came with that $9.99 shit. They was buying in bulks. They ain't even give a fuck about selling CDs. They just wanted to get people in their stores. So when Best Buy started opening up these stores and selling these CDs so cheap, it made all the mom and pop stores close. Back then, it was a lot of black, owned businesses, and
Sam Goodies and stuff like
Latinos,
that.
all that. Like, it was good. Like, it was a lot of small, CD and tape stores that we benefited off of. Best Buy shut all that shit down. Then the internet came and shut all the shit down even more. Then we got with iTunes, we was doing our thing, figured that hustle out. Now it's streaming. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the shit keep changing, but it's good and bad and all that. We might not make as much like by selling CDs and tapes like that, but at the same time, we could put a CD out on the internet right now and it can touch everybody, versus back in the day you had to have a CD in one of those stores. So a spot in Virginia might not have my album when it come out, because I'm independent. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you needed a major label back then. But now, shit, you can put the shit on iTunes and that shit everywhere in the world. So shit, nobody should be signing, for the most part. Shit.
Right. So you being 18, 19, you graduated high school with 80 grand off of music. How did your mom react to that?
My mama ain't never believed that shit, like that I was gonna be a rapper. We from the hood, like nobody believe in that type of shit. Like, we thinking get a job, go to college shit, you know what I'm saying? So I just had to like I say, man, I didn't listen to nobody. I was never ignorant. I knew I was smart. I knew what I had to do, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like I got brothers who older than me who was going in and out of jail, so we'll have to do the drives, you know, to go see him. And I see she already broke, but got to put money on his books. And you know, I didn't witness all my homeboys on the corner go to jail, sell dope, go to jail for crack, come home, sell dope, go to jail for crack. Like, I seen the whole circle of everything. So you know, I already knew I was too smart to do the dumb shit. So you know, I just kind of took everything into my own hands, man. And when I seen that the shit can make some money in 11th grade, when Watts told me, hey man, you bring me back this off of this and this off of that, that's all I needed to see. Once I seen how to get the money, shit, I just got more serious, started dropping more shit and get more focused, you know what I'm saying?
How far did you think Swisher House expanded? Because you know, you mentioned you know,
shit,
giving out CDs and all over Texas, but did y'all ever like expand to Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, Oklahoma? How big do you think it got?
Man, Swisher House is worldwide, been worldwide, been bigger than we ever knew it was. We was, you know, motherfuckers is hitting me from everywhere. Hawaii is because of the military for the most part, like, cause they get over there and go overseas and expose more people to, you know, more motherfuckers to the shit. Same thing with colleges. You know, people come down here from wherever they from and go back home with the shit and wake up they people. The shit was worldwide, man. Same like Screw was worldwide. You know, the shit just traveled, you know, cause if you came to Houston was dominated by that. It wasn't nothing else but that, you know, so you had to like it. So they just took it back home with them and woke people up, you know. So we was getting money all over the world.
All right, did you graduate school after you made that 80 grand?
I graduated. I used to have a slab on swingers, fresh set of glass poles from Mr. Davis, the real swingers back in the day, man, in the teacher's parking lot, man. Like,
crazy.
Yeah, all that, man. I graduated though. Like I say, man, I ain't no dummy. Like, I ain't never been no dummy. I ain't never look up the dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? So I was always minding my business, not worried about what the next motherfucker doing, but trying to get to the money, you know, and that's just how it is and how it been.
Time goes by. When did you meet like Mike Jones, Lil Flip, Paul Wall? When did you meet, you know, Chamillionaire, you know, the rest of the greats?
Okay, let me see, who came first, I would say. I probably met Lil Flip first or something. I don't know. Maybe not. Oh yeah, cause yeah, I got on that remix of what's the name of that fucking song we did? We did on his first album or the second album. We did a remix to Buy the Car, Buy the House. That motherfucker. Yeah. So I met him, and then later on, matter of fact, I met Paul Wall first because I met Paul Wall and Chameleon before they was even in the Swisher House. I met them at one of our first shows for Swisher House. They was the night walkers or night crawlers or something they call themselves, and they performed too at the same show we did. So you know, I met them way back then, and then after that you'll see Paul Wall. He was passing out flyers and shit. Like he always was doing something grinding. You know, he went to U of H and shit. So he used to kind of work for Swisher House like on some shit like that. And then he just grinded his way up in there, kind of like an intern, man. And once they gave him their shot, shit, it was over.
Right. They from the north side or?
Yeah, they from the north side.
Okay.
They from the north side.
Okay, so Lil Flip, when did you meet him? Shortly after that?
Yeah, I met Lil Flip after I did that shit with ESG, the Braids and Phase, and started doing those different records with, you know, the dudes from the South. We got on that Buy the Car, Buy the House together. Yeah, so you know, that was way back then.
Yeah, and then Mike Jones.
Mike Jones, yeah. Well, Mike Jones went to school with me. You know what I'm saying? Like he used to want to rap way back then. He tried to rap for Boss Hog Outlaws. You know, when we did our own shit, he actually did a freestyle. But my brother didn't pick it up because he ain't like the dude who was rapping with him. You know, like for a minute we didn't get Mike Jones. You know, he used to always give me burner phones in school and everything. Like I've been knowing him since high school. So you know, like I say, he just like Paul Wall. They kind of like was working their way in there. We was already doing the thing, and they just kind of worked their way in there. You know, so.
Yeah. Right. So when you meet all them, each of y'all had your own crew inside of Swisher House, cause you had Boss Hog Outlaws,
right? And
then I believe, who else?
Well, I would say this, it's kind of like that, cause like I say, it was Power Wall and Chameleon, they came together.
Yeah.
So Lil Mario, and J-Dog kind of came together. You know what I'm saying? Big Pig, AD, and you know, they came with their little squad or whatever. You know, Lester Roy and Archie Lee was together. You know, they was already in there before us.
How many rappers do you think were total in Swish House at the time, at the peak?
Man, it was about 10 of them motherfuckers, man. It was about 10 of us, you know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, it wasn't all together. Mike Jones came later. Okay. It was us, it was Lester Roy and Archie Lee, then it was me, and then it was Lil Mario, then it was me and J-Dog. Yeah. And then Big Tho, not Big Tho, what the fuck I'm calling him Big Tho for, man? Fucking Big Tiger. Big Tiger, Big Pick, AD, and all them came. Then after that, it was Paul Wall and Comedian. And then after that, Mike Jones came later. Yeah.
Now, on my way over here, I was listening to some shit on YouTube, and it was a Lil Flip diss record.
Yeah.
What was that whole thing about?
Man, it was just a bunch of bullshit. You know, like a lot of he say, she say, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really wasn't based on nothing like, it just kind of felt like, you know, he was saying certain shit, I was saying certain shit. So we just kind of like, you know, I felt like he disrespected me or some shit on this song. So I just, you know, was like speaking my mind about this shit.
And this was both when y'all were in Swish House?
Nah, Lil Flip never been in Swish House.
He never been in Swish House.
He came featured on a Swish House CD, but Lil Flip is Screwed Up Click.
Right, okay.
You know, like,
so that's not the same shit, really, Swish House and
no, definitely not. Screwed Up Click is Southside. That's the DJ, they the original, you know what I'm saying? DJ Screw, you know, he the one who started the shit, so his crew is SUC, and that's Big Pokey, Zero, ESG, it's a lot of them motherfuckers, man. You know, Big Hawk, all the Big Mo, everybody, all of them. And they shit was totally separate from us. We didn't fuck with each other. Like, it was a north side. Yeah, it was a north side, south side thing at first, until we finally, you know, me and ESG did Braids and Fades, and we kind of like started working together. And as time passed, that shit just, you know, everybody was like, it's bullshit, because it was. You know?
Did you and Flip finally, you know, squash the beat?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we cool. I seen him not too long ago. I follow him on the ground, but I ain't got no problem. Like, that was just, it wasn't based on nothing. It was just a bunch of bullshit, you know, rapper shit, you know, so it wasn't nothing personal.
Yeah. Now, the north side, south side beef, was that on some street shit, or was that rap shit?
That was everything. Everything was street shit back in the day. Like, this shit going on now, these motherfuckers beefing. It wasn't like that back in our day. If you said some crazy, me and my brother was just talking about this shit. If you said some crazy shit, you was gonna have to see one of the, you know, motherfuckers you said that to, and that's just what that was like. So, you know, it ain't like nowadays. A lot of this shit just come and go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now I heard it was a lot of carjacking going on back in the day.
Right. That was a big part of the north and south side beef, but because you had niggas who was jacking from the north side, but shit, they jacked everybody. They jacked niggas from the north side too, but south side used to act like the whole north side was just niggas jacking and, you know, shit like that. So that's how the shit kind of started, because they was going out there stealing south side niggas' cars and shit. So it just kind of split up behind that.
Right. Now, shortly after that, Houston is a spotlight on hip hop. Like, Houston finally gets his respect, like 04, 05.
Right.
Like, where does it come in after that? Like, you know, because it seems as though everybody kind of went their separate way.
Right, man. I don't know. I think that money just fucked everybody's head up. Like, it's like that to this day, man. It's kind of like, instead of back then when we first started, you know, doing the Swisher Highs and the other little, you know, groups, whatever it was kind of like a team thing. It started out, everybody was working together. But, you know, as money comes, success comes, one motherfucker don't get the shine the next motherfucker get, or whatever it may be, or, you know, it just people around you, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, and it was the labels, the major labels didn't want us to work together, like, and it was just a lot of inside beef with everybody, you know, so the shit just kind of like separated, and it ain't look like a movement no more, as one of them other niggas came through and stole the shine, so that's just how that shit go, man. It's like, everybody want to be the king, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be the man, instead of like, man, let's just all get together and try to, you know, have a movement and do some shit together and shine together, and we all eat. Everybody want to be the man. Everybody want to be the head nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it seems as though each of y'all had your own hit your own time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty crazy because it seems like each had y'all time to shine. You know
right.
What I mean?
We did. It was a blessing, man. Like we lived it. Bro, it was to the top, like MTV, all the top shit, you know. Yeah. The whole world on dick, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the whole world fucking with us. But at the same time, like, I seen the flip side of that. I seen how the Mike Jones shit went, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mike Jones sold more records than anybody, I think, in Houston. Either him or Chamillionaire, I think. Yeah. And to see how many motherfuckers was fucking with Mike Jones, to how that shit flipped, like, right. It make me not even want to be involved with Hollywood shit. Like, I don't even fuck with people like that because I know how fake it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they love you when you up.
Yeah, you know, and you see that shit with your own two eyes. How the same motherfucker who was dick riding, blowing up his phone and trying to come chill with him is the same motherfucker shooting slugs and hating or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of show you what money do and success do and how people ain't real. You know, so. It's crazy, man, but I got to see all that, man, at the end of the day.
Yeah. What is Chamillionaire doing right now? Because it's just like he's just existing. I mean, he's just extinct from rap right now. Like, you can't find him nowhere.
I mean, Chamillionaire gets some money, man.
He got some technology.
He got some tech shit going out there on the West Coast, man, where he out there doing that shit. See, but the thing about Chamillionaire is he was ahead of time with that shit as far as us. Like, when I was going to the stores trying to, you know, put the shit out there, he was already building up Chamillionaire.com. And we looking at him like, you a nerd. What the fuck is you on the internet for? What is that about? Really, he was figuring that shit out and building that foundation. So now, you know, he always got respect for his website because he did numbers on this shit, you know what I'm saying? So all the motherfuckers in that world always respected him, you know what I'm saying? So, because of what he did by himself. So, you know, he went to that field a little bit and shit. I guess he invested in the right shit, and I heard he sold some company and you know, cashed out and all that. So he's still doing that. You know, he get money like that.
Yeah, have you spoken to him recently, or y'all?
I mean, I don't talk to him a lot, but every time I hit him up, he gonna pick up. You know, I can hit him up and like, yo, I want to get you on a verse. He'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who were you closer to? You know, in the prime, you know, 04, 05. Early 2000s. Who was you really you know, who was your right hand man?
Right hand man. Man, I don't know, bro. As far as you talking about all of them who we naming, I ain't really. We all was the same. Though. I fuck with everybody. I wasn't in the beef. You know, like the Chamillionaires and the Mike Jones or whoever they beef. I fuck with everybody. We was all cool. Me, Mike Jones, Chamillionaire, Paul Wall. You know, I was all about, man. We get money, man. You know, we doing our thing. Cool. You know, I fuck with everybody. So. It wasn't like I, you know, was cooler or nothing. Like we all was family to me.
Yeah,
you know, it's still like that though. I'm still cool with Mike Jones, Paul Wall, Chamillionaire, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. In the Mike Jones Chamillionaire beef, so you were basically like in the middle. You were neutral with both.
Right. I'm cool with everybody.
Yeah. What was that experience like? You know, two of your boys going at each other.
I was just looking at it. Well, really, it wasn't no big deal at all to me. Like I didn't even take it that serious.
But the fans were going crazy over mixtape Messiah.
Right.
Like, what were you saying? Like, well, chill out.
I wasn't saying none of that because I didn't look at it like I didn't think nobody was gonna get killed. I didn't think nothing was gonna go to the streets or nothing. So I knew it wasn't gonna happen like that. So I mean. I was just kind of sitting back, letting them do what they do. They both was getting money. You know, Mike Jones was getting money. Chameleon was getting money. You know, everybody would get money. So shit, I wasn't tripping. I was like, I didn't think it really mattered at the time. I think, you know, everybody had their own hit, like you said, and everybody was doing their own thing. So it was just something the fans was tripping off of. I wasn't never like, you know, that's a big deal. Yeah, I ain't never look at it like that.
You don't ever think we'll get a Swisher House reunion or you know, a mixtape or something that comes out with all y'all on it?
Shit, I don't give a damn. I mean, I do it. Like I get on there if somebody put it together, but it ain't nothing like I'm finna just sit down and like, you know. But my boy Young Sam was talking about putting us all on a freestyle or something. Like, I'm down with it. Like I say, man, I don't have no problems with none of them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you really just don't care about a reunion? Like you really don't?
I mean, like, I feel like I'm 36, bro. I don't want to be, you know, I ain't stuck in the 90s, like, on this shit. Like, I don't think I don't know how many people would care about that type of shit. And then, I mean, it's people of that. But then, too, it is, you know what's different, though? And I might be tripping, though, you know, because nowadays, like back in the day, because with the 80s and the 70s, like older people didn't even listen to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like they listen to slow jam or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So older people didn't listen to what we were listening to now because it was new. Now the shit old, you got motherfuckers 50, 60 years old, all they listen to is rap. So it might make most sense these days, but in my head, you know, I'm a nigga who, like I say, old niggas wasn't, you know, doing that back then. So I look at it like that still. I don't feel like it's gonna be enough people that care, but you know, I still do my thing. I rap, I push shit out. I'm not trying to rap like I'm young Slim Thug though.
Yeah.
On my raps you hear on American King, I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about how I am as a 36-year-old, you know, on some grown people shit, get money, you know, that type of shit. Like I'm not trying to rap like the kids, you know. I'm not into, you know, what the kids doing, like as far as being that being my style. I listen to them, I like all their music, but I don't want to rap on the same shit they doing. You know what I'm saying? I want to be my own. I want to stay who I am.
Right.
You know.